On the morning after Andrew Tate was arrested in Miami, one part of his world carried on as if nothing had happened. The real world, the subscription platform tied to his name, was still open. $99 a month, paid by card, to get in. Tate himself was in a federal cell, fighting extradition to Britain, and the company his own website names as the platform's operator isn't named after him at all. It's called New Era Learning, which points to a question most of the arrest coverage skipped. When the man is pulled out of public view, how much of the machine actually stops? Most write-ups of this platform still quote an old price, $49.99, from back when it was called Hustlers University. That figure is out of date. It's $99 now. And for that, members get access to its online campuses, its community, and an internal marketplace. The pitch is familiar. Pay the monthly fee, and you're no longer on the outside. But look at the homepage, and the strange part isn't what's on it, it's what's missing. Andrew Tate's name doesn't appear anywhere. The only name at the foot of the page belongs to a company. The arrest itself has been covered everywhere. What's gone almost unexamined is what it exposed. A business that keeps operating even when the person at its center is removed from normal public view. Hustlers University launched in 2021. On the surface, it was an online school. Crypto, e-commerce, copywriting, taught inside a chat app for a monthly fee. But the courses were only part of what members were paying for. They were also buying access to a world, a sense of status, a community, and the aspiration in Tate's own sales pitch, a way to escape the matrix and step into a richer, more respected life. For a certain kind of young man, that pitch landed hard. The fee didn't only buy lessons, it bought the feeling of having stepped onto the inside. And the platform had one feature that mattered more than any single lesson. It rewarded members for bringing in the next ones. At its height, refer a new sign-up, and you could earn a large share of their first payment. So the clips came. Many members were genuine fans, but the affiliate structure also gave them a direct financial reason to make Tate's clips travel. They cut his most quotable, most combative moments into short videos and pushed them across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The more provocative the clip, the further it spread. The further it spread, the more signups it drove. Controversy wasn't just a side effect of the model, it was built into the incentive. Whether deliberate or not, every provocative moment became raw material for accounts financially rewarded to spread it. For a stretch of that summer, Tate became one of the most searched people on the internet, and around his name, a distributed promotional network had formed. Thousands of accounts he didn't run, collectively replaying his clips billions of times. That set up the first real attempt to shut it all down. In August 2022, the major platforms acted almost in unison: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Within days, Tate's official accounts were gone from nearly all of them. In theory, that should have ended it, cut off a creator's reach, and the business built on that reach should fall with it. But it didn't. Being banned everywhere at once became its own kind of publicity. The story of a man supposedly too dangerous for the internet. And removing his official accounts did not remove the clips, the fan pages, or the audience that had already formed around him. In the months surrounding the bans, his following did not disappear. By several measures, it grew. So the first lesson was simple. You can take down an account. Taking down the audience it created is a different problem. The people who had built their own followings around Tate's name had little reason to stop. His reach had already spread beyond any single channel that could be switched off. The paid recruitment program was closed that same month. But the clips, pages, and audience it had already helped create did not disappear with it. And around this point, the business made its most important move. It reduced its dependence on platforms it did not control. Later in 2022, Hustlers University was relaunched under a new name, The Real World. It had its own website, its own app, and its own direct checkout. That reduced its dependence on platforms it did not control. And the platform's own pages are unusually specific about who operates it. The Real World's website says it is, quote, owned and operated by New Era Learning LLC. The same website says New Era Learning acquired the Hustlers University brand, the brand Tate founded, and used it to launch the new platform. So, by the company's own account, Tate founded the original. The company now named as the operator carries a different name entirely. What those pages do not say is who is behind New Era Learning. They do not establish who ultimately owns it, who controls it day to day, or where a subscription paid tonight finally ends up. Even the registration details are not completely tidy. The About page points to the United Arab Emirates, while other legal information points to Delaware. None of that is evidence of wrongdoing. Plenty of ordinary companies keep their ownership private and operate across more than one jurisdiction. So the discovery here is not a hidden villain. It is a documented separation between the public brand and the company named on the platform's legal pages. The public brand is built around Tate. The platform's own website names New Era Learning as its operator. Who ultimately owns or controls that company remains unknown. And that gap is what makes the next part matter. The real test of a brand built around one person is not a platform ban. It is what happens when that person is removed from normal public life. That test has now happened twice. The first time was Romania. From late 2022, Tate spent long stretches under arrest and house arrest there, facing charges he denies. His normal public activity was heavily restricted. According to reporting at the time, the platform continued operating through that period, still enrolling members, still charging them. Its teaching and community functions were built around other instructors. That meant not every daily task required Tate himself in front of a camera. The second test is happening now. In May 2025, British prosecutors charged Andrew and Tristan Tate over alleged offenses involving several women, dating from 2010 to 2017. Further charges were added this July, bringing the total to 59. Both brothers deny all of the allegations. Neither has been convicted of any crime. On July 18th, they were arrested in Miami following Britain's extradition request. And, as of this recording, they remain in custody. Through all of this, the platform remained live. Posts continued to appear on Tate's own account while he was held, although it is not clear who was writing them. And this is the distinction the entire story turns on. Being out of the public eye, off the platforms, out of the spotlight, behind a cell door, is not the same as losing ownership or control of a company. One of those we can see plainly, the other we cannot see at all. The platform continuing is a fact. What that proves about Tate's role in it is not. One public court ruling provides the clearest verified look at the brothers' earlier online income. In late 2024, a British court found that they had hidden millions in previous online earnings and failed to pay the tax owed on it. The judge described it as, quote, a straightforward cheat. But that finding concerned historical income and their personal tax affairs. It did not establish where a real-world subscription paid today ultimately goes. That destination has not been made public. The money may reach Tate. It may not. The honest answer is that no one outside the business can currently prove which. So line up what the evidence actually shows. The brand survived Tate being banned by the major platforms. The real world remained live through periods when his normal public presence was heavily restricted, first in Romania and now in Miami. It is still operating at $99 a month, under a company that does not carry his name. What remains unknown is who ultimately owns that company, who controls it, and where the subscription money finally goes. It would be easy to stop there and treat the unknown owner as the answer, but there is a simpler conclusion. So far, removing Tate's accounts and restricting his normal public presence has not removed the platform built around his name. It helps to separate the things that are usually treated as one. There is Andrew Tate, the person. There are his public accounts. There is the real world itself, its instructors, its community, and the infrastructure that keeps it operating. There is the company named on its legal pages. There are the customers. And beneath all of them is the meaning attached to the name Andrew Tate. The bans removed his official accounts. Detention restricted his freedom and his normal public presence. Neither has removed the value people continue to attach to that name. The platform does not appear to require Tate posting every day in order to remain operational. What it does require is for customers to keep believing that the name is worth paying for, which leaves the one question that actually matters, not whether a checkout can stay online for another few days. The platform has already continued through the bans, through detention, and through long periods when Tate's normal public presence was restricted. What none of those events has tested is the value of the name itself. If that begins to fade, the company, the app, and the infrastructure may still exist, but the reason people pay may not. And for now, that is not being decided in a courtroom in Miami. It is being decided $99 at a time by the people still choosing to believe the name is worth it.